Hello student, hope you are doing well and enjoying the learning on this channel. So previously we discussed decision making and branching statement, and those statements are nothing but if else, ladder if else and nested if else. So in decision making and branching statement there is one of the statement, it's called as a switch case statement, right? It's working as exactly as a ladder if else, but having the different benefits, right? So let's see the syntax. In this, the three keywords we need to use. What is the switch? Switch, it is nothing but the keyword, right? So here switch is nothing but your keyword. Switch is a keyword. So what we need to do here, we need to pass some expression here, right? So what is the expression? According to that expression, it is going to be matched with this case. So once you get the expression, it's entered in the block of this switch. This is nothing but the switch block. This is nothing but your switch block, or we can say the block of switch. So in this switch block, with the expression, it is going to be compare the cases. This case, it is again the keyword. This is also a keyword. Then what is the keyword? Keywords are the reserved words whose meaning is already in the compiler, right? So the expression, it is checking the condition, like if expression is exactly equals to case 1, right? So if the expression is exactly equals to case 1, then it is going to be execute the block. Which block? Block case 1, right? And then directly goes on the next statement. Here we have the next statement. But it happened when we are including one statement, that is break here. Whenever we are breaking this particular block, this block, then and then only it is going to be directly on the next statement. Otherwise, it is check the next. So next it is nothing but the expression with the next, then next, then next, then next. Likewise, if you got the appropriate case matching here, it will execute all those things. It will execute the all things. So we need to include the third keyword, that is a break. It is also a jumping statement. It is also a jumping statement which can be jump outside the block. So this is a jumping statement. Jumping statement which will use for just control throws the outside the block. Which block? Switch block, right? So it will match with the case. If the first case is true, then it will execute all the statement which is be written in the block of case 1, and then after break it will execute the break and goes on the next statement directly outside the block. If this condition means this case is not matched with the expression, right, then it is going to check the next one. Then it is going to check the next case, right? And if the case 2, instead of this case 1, case 2 is true or match with the expression, then it is going to be execute the block 2. And again after executing, if we write the break here, it is going to the next statement directly. Then it is going to meet with the next statement directly. What happened? Suppose this case 2 also not true, right? This case 2 is false. Then what happened? It's match with the case 3. It match with the case 3. So case 3 is true, right? Suppose this case 3 is true, then it is going to be execute the block of case 3 and then break the loop. Then break this block and directly goes on the next statement. Suppose now we can check with the several condition. We can check this expression with the several condition. We can combine all the cases here. We can combine all those cases here and check with the all cases, and we check with the all conditions, right? Then it is going to be execute the end block with a break statement, right? Suppose I'm checking this expression. I'm not entering this expression which will match with the case 1, 2, 3, whatever the cases I'm written here up to the n, right? Then what will be the execute by the compiler, right? This is the question mark, and this question is solved by, this question is going to be solved by this default statement. This question is going to be solved by this default statement. Means when this default statement is going to be execute, right? When this default statement is going to be execute, this default statement is going to be execute when those all cases are not true, right? This though means how, where the, how many cases are you are including in this switch. If no one case, this all cases are false, this all are not matched with this expression, right? Then and then only this default statement is going to be execute, and this break will turn exit this block and directly use on the next statement, right? So here we are using the three keywords again. First, this is switch, second is case, and third one is the default. Default again the keyword, right? What do you have to remember here? Always after switch, you have to give the parenthesis. What is this parenthesis? This parenthesis is including the expression, right? If you are not giving this expression, that means it is not going to be matched with the case. This is the first thing you have to remember. That how many keywords we are using here? We are using here three keywords. Always remember that in switch case, one keyword is switch, second keyword is case, third keyword you are using default. What happened if you are not using default here, right? Suppose no one case is right, then what will be the execute by this switch, right? So default case or default block you have to be right here, default case you have to be right here, right? So default you can write anything, enter proper choice, enter anything you can write here. Also you can write some fronting statement, right? So anything you can write here, but if all cases are not matched with the expression, then the default statement will be executed, right? So this second thing you have to be remember here. And the last and most important, after writing the case, you have to give the colon, right? Many students are forgotten this colon while writing the switch case. So remember that thing when you are writing the case, after that matching case, so you have to give the colon. If you are not given that colon, this block will be not executed, this syntax is not working, right? So remember that after each and every case you have to be give the colon here, right? Right? So this is nothing but it is up to you. You can give this block, but it is better understanding you can give the block, so that how many statement in the case block 1 you will remember. So this is nothing but the syntax for the switch. Now just see how we can this will be executed, right? So here, see, here we are, the control of flow will be working like that. Suppose some statements are there. Suppose we are just giving some expression here, and after getting this expression, it is going to match with the case 1. It is going to be matched with the case 1. Then again, if case 1, then it is having two parts, true or false. So if it is true, then it is execute the block of statement. Then block, which one? Block of case 1 going to be execute. And after that, why this is happening? Because we are writing break here, right? So after breaking that particular block, it is going to be execute the next statement directly. Next statement directly, right? If this condition is true, then it is going to be execute this block and directly goes on the next statement. Why? Because we are including here break, right? Suppose this condition is not true, then what happened? Might be condition is false, right? So it is going to be check the next case. So case 2 is going to be check here. Again, it having two conditions, true or false, right? So if it is true, then it is going to be execute the block. Which block? Block of case 2. Whatever the statement you are written here, those all statement are going to be execute, and afterwards, after that, why? Because we are writing break here, so it is going to be execute the next statement. Right? Suppose it is false. Again, case 2 also having the two possibilities, true or false. If it is true, then it is executing this one, but it is false, then what happened? It is going to be check the next condition, and next case, it is nothing but your anyone, like case 3, case 4, case 5, or case n. Right? Again, the case n also having the two possibilities, either it is true or it is false. So if it is true, then it is going to be execute the block. Which block? Block of case n. Block of case n, and after it is going to be execute the next. Why? Because we are writing the break here. So this is another keyword jumping statement we are using here for breaking the block. If it is false, see, when the flow of execution is going on this way, so it is checking first condition is false, then it is checking second condition, that means second case, this is also false, then it is going to check the next case, this is also false, and lastly it found the case n also false. Then what happened? Then it will execute the default statement directly. It is going to be execute the default statement or default block. Right? So after executing this, it is going to be the next part. It is going to be the next part. Likewise, it is it having working. Let's see once again. Right? If case expression match with this, means we are given the case expression, switch expression, this expression is going to be matched with this case 1, it having two possibility, true or false. If it is true, then it is going to be execute this block and then goes on the next. Right? If it is not true, if it is not true, then what happened? It is going to the checking the next case. It check the next case. If this condition, this case is true, then it is going to be executed this and then goes on the next. If this case also not true, then what happened? Then what happened? If this case is false, then it is going to be the next and checking the next condition. This condition is true, then it is executing this one. Right? Suppose this condition also not true, this case also not true, then what happened? It is going to execute the default statement and directly goes on the next. This is the working of the switch case. Right? In next video, we just find, or I'm just going to explain the one simple example which is related with the switch case. So keep watching. Thank you for listening.